So here's the question. Does a decent drone cost a lot of this? Let's find out. As a beginner, I didn't want to spend $1,000 on a drone that I might crash on the first flight out. That's a lot of money. So a couple weeks ago, the Ameta company reached out to me and asked if I would like to test their new S20 Lite drone. And of course I said yes. So they sent me the drone to test out to see what I thought about it. And I'm coming from the position of a beginner. I've only flown drones twice. So I don't know what I'm doing. They don't have any influence on this video. They didn't tell me what to say or how to say it. Everything here is my own thoughts. Let's get started. So the Ameta S20 Lite is a lightweight beginner drone. It's less than 249 grams, which is very important. It has brushless motors. So there were a lot of things about drones I didn't know. And one of them is brushless motors. Now everybody talked about it and it was like this huge thing because it was on such a small budget drone. So I looked it up to find out what it was. And basically what a brushless motor is, well, I can best explain it if I tell you about a regular motor than a brushless motor. So in a regular motor, there's a thing called a brush that contacts a surface and it spins and makes the motor turn. In brushless motors, it's all done by magnets. So it's all a magnetic field. And the cool thing about brushless motors is that they can generate more power, they can do more lift, and they last a whole lot longer. Now, what does that mean for this Ameta S20 Lite? Well, you usually find brushless motors on drones that are a lot more expensive, but we have it on this drone. So that's a good thing. And it is equipped with a 4K camera that is capable of video and pictures. So let's take a look at what came in the box. When you open the box, you're greeted to just this nice nylon type case. The case is like this, I don't know, kind of nylon material with a little bit of padding in it. It is not very big. It's the size of one of my favorite books here, The Apple from Outer Space, written by my good friend Tim Patterson. So hey, if you got kids, check this out on Amazon. I'll leave the link below. But look, it's about the size of that. So this is what you're greeted to. So you have the controller, you get 2 batteries and the drone itself. You have a host of other manuals, screws, extra propellers, everything you need to get started. So there are 2 main cameras to talk about. Now the first one is the main camera, and it is a 4K Ultra HD 12 megapixel camera. It has a Sony CMOS sensor and it's tiltable. So it's on a, I don't say a gimbal because it doesn't stabilize, but it can point anywhere from straight ahead to straight down 90 degrees. Now there's something I must tell you about this camera because it caught me a little bit off guard, but it's okay. The camera is capable of shooting in 4K, and they tell you that. But what they really don't say is that it's 4K pictures. The video is 1080p, so don't expect to have like these extra sharp, extra crisp pictures from this camera because it's really just doing 1080p. Another thing that I didn't know about as a beginner is the optical flow sensor. Now that's another camera and it's located on the bottom of the drone. And the reason it is there is so that the drone can read the ground and then try to maintain stability and it knows where it is. And I noticed something with this because I tried to go like under it to get a photo and get some video, and the drone kept moving like it thought it was over something it shouldn't be. So I guess it was working. This sensor is good because again, when the drone is flying at one level, and it helps the drone to stay stable because it can read the ground and see if things are changing. So for a budget drone like this to have an optical flow sensor, that is very good. That's one of those top tier upgrades that you usually don't see on a drone like this. So I came out to the yard of a warehouse and you see we got all of that room down there to fly. So I can't reckon anything. I can't do it unless I really make a mistake and wreck into the building over there. But yeah, I don't think that'll happen. So let's go ahead and give this a shot. So let me show you what I got. This is the Ameta drone. the S20 Lite, and it is light. You see I'm holding it with 2 fingers. And we have the remote control. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this powered on, get my phone set up to it, and then we can go about our business and try to practice a little bit. All right, so here's the controller. Pretty lightweight. You know, you just rotate these handles out so you can have good grips to grip everything with. So they're pretty comfortable. And this part flips up, and that's what you put your phone in. So I have this S24 Ultra from Samsung. Problem that I noticed is that this phone is almost too big to fit in here, almost like it is stretched to the limit to get that in there. So you see, and if we look at the side, you can see like right there, it won't quite fit in. I may have to just take it out of the case. So let me try that. All right, here's this, and I taken my S24 Ultra out of the case. I hope I don't drop it because I would be very upset. So I'm gonna go ahead and slip this in like that, and it fits the phone without the case. So that's pretty good. Okay. So if you look here, the drone just folds out easily, good to go. Okay, so this is the Ameta app. The Ameta app for the S20 Lite. So as you see when you pull it up, you're greeted to a nice picture, you know, boy and his dad, and you have options for album, support, and instructions. So right now we're just going to click connection, and you select the drone, and it gives you directions on what to do. So I already have my drone down, on, ready to go. I'm gonna hit go to connection. Now it's trying to find the drone via Wi-Fi. That's how it connects to the app. And you see in a couple seconds it found the drone. I'm probably about 3 feet away. Select your drone and hit connect. And it connects to the device. Okay, now let's see if we can put it on headless mode. So that means forward gonna be forward regardless. Another thing that I had to learn about is headless mode. I heard everybody talking about it and I didn't know what it was. So what headless mode is a mode you can put the drone in where the head or the front of the drone is dependent on whether you select the drone to be the head or you to be the head. So if the drone is the head, then wherever the drone is facing, whenever you push forward on the stick, it's going to go forward. If I change it and I'm the head, or I turn headless mode on, then when I push it forward, wherever I'm facing is forward. So headless mode is usually something that's good for beginners. At least that's what they tell me, because it helps you to learn how to fly the drone. Oh, shoot. Wow, okay. Ah, okay. Oh, goodness, that knocked all that loose. Yeah, that ain't good. Look what happened. It flew right into the wall. I couldn't stop it. Like, it seemed like he got a mind of his own sometimes. Okay, well, let's get it reassembled here. There we go. That's back on, that's it. So it's still going. All right. Let's try it again. We'll turn that off. All right, it's going again. And I'm up. This thing take a beating. I'm telling you. It take a licking, it kept on ticking. So this is it. Let's see, we can get a good shot of that. Let's go closer. There we go. So I'm recording with this one. I'm gonna hit that flip button and then hit it and it flips. All right, let me bring it back so you can see it again. All right. Let's go ahead and land. I don't know if you can see that, but we got about 14 minutes of flight time there.
Not bad.
So let's talk about some pros and cons of this Ameta S20 Lite. When I think about the pros of this drone, the first thing that comes to mind is its size. This thing is small. Take a look at it when compared to my hand. It's about the size of the palm of my hand, and that's a good thing because it's easily portable. You can carry it around, you can do all of those things. But one of the most important things, and if you're a beginning drone pilot like me, you might not know that for drones over 249 grams, you have to register it with the FAA, and it's like a $5 fee to do that. But with these, they're classified like toys, so you don't have to register them. So the size is definitely a plus. The app is definitely a positive thing about this drone. The app is easy to use. You can use it by itself or with the provided controller, but even better is that it's very easy to connect the drone to the app and the controller. The whole process takes about a minute, maybe a minute and a half. You turn on the controller, you turn on the drone, open app on your phone, the Wi-Fi signal pops up, you connect it, it's done. It is done. It's perfect. The latency in the streaming from what happens with the drone to the remote, it happens very fast. It's no lag or stuttering. So that is definitely a pro. This drone is durable. It's very durable, and I really cannot understand how that is a thing. This thing, again, light, less than half a pound. And it's made out of some lightweight plastic and things like that. But all right, y'all, honestly, I wrecked this thing so many times. I mean, like going full speed and rammed into the wall at the warehouse. And when I picked it up, the bottom module was hanging off, the camera was hanging off, and all I did is just slide it back in there, reattach it. There's no scrapes, bruises, or anything. So this is durable, and for beginners, that is a must because it doesn't have obstacle avoidance, but if you crash it, because you will, it won't be destroyed. The drone is easy to control. Now, if you've played video games or anything like that, of course the controls follow that scheme. You push your right stick up, it goes up, push it down, it goes down. Left and right makes it spin in a circle, and of course, on the other stick, it banks left and right, up and down. So very easy to control, not a lot of trickery to it. Even on the app with the on-screen joystick buttons, it's pretty easy and it's self-explanatory. So anybody that starts this, you can get going right away, really easy. So everything has cons. Nothing is perfect. And there are a few things that I think that are cons to this drone. The first is a pro and a con, and it is its size. Now, what happened to me is that I flew the drone a little too high and I lost it. I didn't know where it was. I couldn't find it. I couldn't do anything like that. So when it gets so far away, you can't see it. So again, with the size, that's a pro and a con. Also, I think related to the size is that it drifts. The wind affects this a lot. So I found that when I had the drone just hovering, it would just kind of drift off to the side when the wind blew. Even a light wind would cause it to drift. But that gave it a tailwind. So when I wrecked the drone that time, the wind was behind it. And I tried to change it and do everything, and it wouldn't budge, and it just went faster and faster into the wall. So the size is definitely a con, something to look out for. The camera on this drone is a definite drawback for me. To me, it seems as if this camera is really good for letting you know where you are. When you're starting to fly the drone, you could see what the drone sees. But you're definitely not making videos with this. It's not happening because it says 4K, but it only takes 4K pictures. Even with the memory card installed, you get a little better quality video, but it's still only 1080p, not 4K. Also, the camera is not on a traditional gimbal, so it's not smooth movements. And if you look at the video from it, you can see it shakes, it moves. So it's not very stable. So I'd say the footage out of it is not usable for content creation, but it is usable for you to practice flying. This phone cradle here, that's an issue for me. And here's the reason why. Most smartphones are not the small ones these days. And my smartphone barely fit. Now, it could fit better if I took the case off, and I have a slim case. I always use slim cases with my phones. And it fit. But I don't want to do that because I have the case on the phone for a reason. Because if the phone drops out, I drop the controller, I don't want my phone getting damaged. So I wish that the phone cradle on this was a little bit bigger. Now there are some things that have bigger phone cradles, maybe a 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch bigger, I think would accommodate. But it's definitely a con for me. The batteries. These batteries are a con. It lives up to its advertised time. Ameta tells you that you can get 18 minutes out of a battery, and I found that to be about spot on for where I am. But the con is this, the charge time on these things. There's no way to fast charge them. If something has too much voltage coming through it, it won't charge at all. You have to use just that cable or something like it. So that's definitely a con. When I first got this and I plugged this up, it took hours to charge this battery, hours. I had a fast charger. I have the Iniu Powerbank that can input a high amount of wattage. I tried all of those things and nothing would charge it. I just had to plug it to my power station using that cable and charge it. And it took about 2 or 3 hours for this thing to charge the way it was supposed to. That was a con because I had so much fun flying this thing. I wanted to get back out there and do it again, but I couldn't. So you're really only limited to 36 minutes of flight time with both of these batteries. So maybe sometime in the future they can come up with something that charges a little faster or a different type of battery. I don't know. So who is this drone for? To me, I think that it's good for you if you are a beginning drone pilot and you want to practice with a drone without laying out thousands of dollars to buy a similar drone from one of the competitors. The drones are about this size, but I mean, you're gonna spend $800, $900 versus this one, $100 or less, maybe a little bit more. So the investment is small, but you can still have the same fun flying this. If you are buying this as a gift for someone, like let's say if you have a teenager or someone like that that wants to learn how to fly a drone, this is good. Small investment, but quality performance. I thought the drone flew smoothly. It was really fun to fly. And I think that people that you buy this for, they will enjoy it too. You can enjoy it for yourself, same way. It's not a bad investment for beginners. If you crash this drone like I did, I crashed it into a concrete wall and it's still here, it's still flying. As a matter of fact, I'm going to fly it when I leave here. So it's very durable. So if you're thinking about buying this for somebody who's a novice or you are a novice, it's okay. It is a-okay. It's money well invested. If you're interested in the Ameta S20 drone, I have an Amazon link down below. It's usually on sale, so go ahead and give it a try. Worthwhile investment, especially if you're thinking about getting in the drone. This is a good drone to start with. I'm glad that I have it, and I'm quite sure if you got it, you will be too. That's all I got for now. Everybody be safe and be blessed, and I'll see you next time. It was my first time really flying a drone by myself with no supervision, no adult supervision at all.